The local facility that I have chosen that would be reasonably considered a target for terrorism is the Laurinburg City Hall. My presentation is if the City Hall was attacked by Lisa Alford. I'll be talking about the location, the monetary loss, psychological effects, the morale, loss of family, loss of lives, lasting effects, who, when, and how. And then we'll go into prevention. Laurinburg City Hall. It's a 19,900 square foot facility. It opened in March of 2019. It houses the office of many other major officials of the city of Laurinburg. The cost was $9.1 million. If we were to have a attack on the city of Laurinburg City Hall, the monetary loss, the city of Laurinburg was just built less than 6 months ago. The cost of the city hall was $9.1 million. This would be a $9.1 million loss for the city. Now, this would our loss would also include the rebuilding of a new city hall. Psychological effects that it would have on our city. The citizens would no longer feel safe in Laurinburg. Fear would be at an all-time high due to the attack. The morale would be at an all-time low due to the city coming together to recover. It would be similar to the effects of 9/11. I believe when 9/11 happened, the citizens of New York rallied together. Everybody was one, regardless of race, color, creed, religion. Everyone was a brother and a sister, a family member, and they were all New Yorkers. I honestly believe that if something such of attack would happen in Laurinburg, that we will all be one. It wouldn't matter who your family is, what your religion is, what your color is, what your nationality is. We're Scotland County and we're Scotland County strong, and we will do everything we need to do to rebuild and get our city back together if such an attack should ever happen. The loss of lives that we would have if such an attack would happen, and it would happen at the city of Laurinburg, we would lose our mayor, Dr. Matthew Block. We will lose our city manager, Mr. Charles Nicholson. We will lose our chief of police, Mr. Doran Williams. We will lose many employees of the city because it also houses our water and trash, electric, customer service reps. It houses our lieutenants and our sergeants for the police department, our police officers. It houses our our sanitation workers. We would be at a great loss, and it's kind of busy in and out all day, every day, at the city of Laurinburg City Hall. The lasting effects that it would have on us here in Laurinburg, the city would have to rebuild. We would have to start from scratch and rebuild a new city hall. The city would come together and become stronger. And we'll always remember that day if such an attack should happen to the city of Laurinburg. And we will always live in fear, always the unknown. We wouldn't know what to expect if such an attack should happen. Who, how, and when? Who would do such a thing? ISIS, or even the citizens against the building of the new city hall. Many people were not happy with the building of the new city hall. They felt as though we didn't need to spend as much money building a city hall. It was okay to get a new city hall, but the money was just too much, they felt. So it was a lot of angry people. Um, and they just didn't like that ideal. But the city hall was built anyway for $9.1 million. How would it happen? Suicide bomber or burning of the building? Burning of the building, and you would have to think, when would something like that happen? Um, Times when no one expected to. What would be a good time? A person that was going to do such an attack, they would want to do it when it was the peak hours of the day. And we would think those peak hours would be 9 a.m. because everyone's there. If they start to work at 8, then you have the majority of your people there. 12 p.m., that's around lunchtime. You got a lot of citizens coming in to make payments and to pay their bills. 12 a.m. and 3 a.m., those are times that you would do things such as burning the building. Prevention. How would we prevent such an attack? Nothing's 100% proof, but we could do metal detectors. That would be one way. Making sure everyone has an ID badge. Cameras in the facilities, cameras in the parking lot, cameras at every angle. And last but not least, parking security. Making sure that if we have someone securing our parking lot, that they're noticing strange vehicles, that they're noticing that there's someone that's coming in and out more than once or twice a day. They're watching things that are not normal. They are noticing things that are looks out of place. With all of these things, we hope that we never have an attack on Laurinburg City Hall. But terrorism is real. And you just never know when it's going to show its ugly head. And we here in Laurinburg, we want to be well prepared. And things such as our city halls and our courthouses, those are big places here. But I chose the city hall because we are looking at a place that a lot of people weren't happy with. So you would want to keep some type of security there. Thank you. Again, my name is Lisa.